Welcome back. The Panthers are set to take on the Las Vegas Raiders today.
Isn't that weird to say that? Like
it is.
You want to keep saying Oakland?
I know. I want,
or...
and I want to put the emphasis on it and everything else, but I don't want to get sued for copyright or anything else. So we'll just say the Raiders over at Allegiant Stadium. But will the Panthers have a chance at winning? You know, Mike Lissette from CSL is joining us now. And Mike, we know that they're going to try and win by changing one key piece, QB1.
Yeah, they got Andy Dalton now in charge. That decision was made earlier this week. And what's funny, a week ago, we didn't think that was going to happen after they lost last week to the Chargers. Dave Canales said Bryce is our guy. He was our guy for about 12 more hours before they made that switch again. With Dalton, we saw this last year when Dalton took over the offense against Seattle. The Panthers aired it out a lot more. Dalton ended up with well over 300 yards. There was a lot more confidence with Dalton in charge. I think it is going to make a difference. You are going to see a much more active Panther offense that is trying to get to the end zone. Because if you're watching last week, you're thinking, what are they doing? Doesn't even look like they're trying to score. However, there's a lot of problems with this Carolina team.
But I was going to say the run usually opens up the pass, and we haven't even really seen the run get going. So, I mean, it doesn't matter how many times you throw the ball if you got to have both of those things going.
Well, absolutely. I mean, last year he ended up, I think, with like 373 yards against Seattle in that loss. They do not want him doing that. He's 36 years old. They do not want his elbow to get sore. They want to open up the offense. Again, though, and this is important, Dalton, by the way, has never lost to the Raiders. He's 3-0. But his longtime Bengals coach, Marvin Lewis, is now an assistant with the Raiders, which I think could make a difference in their game plan in terms of stopping him and limiting his attack.
I was going to say Lewis knows what Dalton would be doing. Let's talk about the other side of the ball. E.g., with Coach Evero, is he going to be knowing what we're doing over there on that side of the ball?
Well, and this is where I think Carolina might have some problems. If you remember, and Lord knows we've had a lot of problems this season for Carolina with their defensive line, with Derek Brown going down, now Shai Tuttle being hurt. But if you remember going into the season, it was the secondary that was the big concern for Carolina. That secondary has not been tested because teams just been pounding the ball against them. That secondary will be put to the test today against a team that likes to throw the ball. Davante Adams is Las Vegas' star wide receiver. He had a wonderful game last week. He could potentially have another big game today, and that could spell doom for Carolina.
Yeah, not promoting fantasy, but I know a lot of fantasy people who have Davante Adams who are licking their chops thinking they're going to rack up a lot of points. But okay, we're not talking gloom and doom or anything else. We're actually talking the bright spots of what comes up on Sunday. That's BBKL. What do you guys got coming up?
10 o'clock, big show. Obviously, we're going down over everything that happened with the Bryce Young situation, his history in Carolina, what went wrong, the next steps, a lot of rumors. We're going to go over all of them and break it down piece by piece, and there's a lot to get to. My story this week, I really like this one. A lot of fans remember Kevin Green. You guys remember Kevin Green out there?
Yeah.
Awesome player. Kevin Green, since we're in Vegas, you gotta do the whole thing here.
Yep.
Since we're in Vegas, Vegas all about show business, right? Kevin Green, if you guys remember, was at one point a wrestler for WCW. We're gonna dive deep into Kevin Green's WCW wrestling career. We're talking with Eric Bischoff, the former president of WCW, and Bill Goldberg. And Goldberg and Kevin Green were best friends, back in the day before he passed. So, awesome story coming up. I'm excited about it.
That sounds great. And, of course, you guys always slamming the competition when it comes to delivering the Carolina Panthers coverage. Don't forget BBKL at 10 a.m. this morning. Mike, thanks so much. And